had nothing but a bicycle. In fact, one didn't have a bicycle at first. So I got the bicycle before we got the car. But you've got to allocate your monies carefully, and Josefa has to sip that cloth water, get her cell function up, because she can't raise a baby being exhausted beyond belief, and she is right now. And be sympathetic to that.
But she blames me for everything, and that hurts me.
Yes, of course, that's her prerogative. And then when you're not listening. That's her prerogative. I didn't say it's right. That's her prerogative. And you have to assure her constantly, don't worry, it's going to be okay.
I do, and she argues with me. She says, but we don't have the money.
That's her prerogative. Your job.
But her prerogative comes out 24 hours a day, 7 days a week right now.
That's right. That's right. And you have to just keep reassuring her, and you have to, with actions, show her that you're moving.
I cleaned. Yeah, I spent 7 hours yesterday cleaning this house, and it still doesn't matter to her.
Right. Well, it does actually, but that doesn't make money. Right now, her concern is the cash flow. So efforts have to be done, and your brain mind has to think about, all right, what can I do to possibly bring in some money in any way, shape, or form, other than stealing?
Well, if I got cops following me around town because I don't have a driver's license, how am I supposed to get out and go to anger management and share longevity?
Well, first of all, walking works.
I busted my toe today.
Walking works. Now, why did they take your license?
They didn't. I lost it. Remember when I was at Life Right? That Christian organization? I was in, okay. When I was walking to Walmart, I had my wallet on me. And I don't remember where I it might have been at that house I was at that I accidentally misplaced the license. It's a California driver's license, though. And it's illegal in the state of Minnesota to have a California driver's license. You got to change it over. Well, every time I keep telling her to change it over, she says, well, let's exercise our sovereignty. Well, exercising. She just keeps me here at the house. This is the same thing Bethany did with me. Same thing. No acceptance of anything I'd ever done at the house with the kids. It wasn't ever enough. So I beat...
You're going to have to accept when you make crazy posts and do some of the crazy things. Trying to get people to accept you normally is not going to happen until you show consistency of some kind of normalcy. You've got to funnel the brilliance into constructive effort instead of letting it blow up in absolute absurdity, which has been happening. Well, okay, look, you know it's true.
But it makes me laugh. It makes me laugh all the time, and that makes me feel good and feel better.
Well, that's all fine and good. Just keep it off of Facebook.
Okay. That's very, very difficult for my personality.
Yes, well, follow it up, or no one wants to work with you.
I've seen worse people than me become billionaires.
Don't justify.
I'm not justifying it.
Not to me. So, in terms of, I don't quite know what you were asking in terms of the product, etc. I mean, I was proud of you for ordering it because you need it. What the consequences after that are, I don't get to determine that. This is your bed, as they say. So the next step is yours. You can ask me for guidance based on what you're doing and able to do. This, I was very impressed. I thought, man, this kid is growing up. But, she's got to be sipping that water and then take the nutrients after 4 days. And when she gets her cell function up, when she gets the nutrients back in the body, you're going to find that she's much more stable, just like you.
But then,
when nutritionally you're stable, or when nutritionally you're sound, you are more stable. Go ahead, what were you going to say?
You would agree, Fred, that every time I try to get her to ignore the radar screen and tell her money's a renewable resource, quit looking at the radar screen, she goes forward.
You're trying to use logic.
She goes forward and buys it. And then the next month she quits it, so her cellular level crashes back down again. I guess what I'm asking you, and I don't want to use logic. women are better at logic than men sometimes. And,
No, that's not true.
well, they think they are.
But now that's true.
Yeah.
But no, they're emotional. That's what I'm saying. You have got to talk to her on an emotional level and settle and satisfy her on an emotional level.
But my emotions are so high and low on the spectrum that it's hard to find that normalcy, that balance.
Mm-hmm. So, as far as getting it every month, you make sure you find the money to get it, and because it's her money that you're trying to do that with. When she says, well, there's the bills to pay and this and that, whatever, and
Every time I try to drive out of this driveway, I've got people following me, I've got cops looking around for me. I have anger management tomorrow, and I can't go there if I've got people trying to come after me when I need to go to class.
No, I can't imagine why they'd be watching you, why they'd be following you when you post things like you did on Facebook. My God, man.
Well, none of them are on my friends list. That's what I don't understand. I mean, as a government...
They don't need to be on the friends list. If they want to see it, they can. They don't have to be on a friends list. Not when you're in the law enforcement or IRS or any of that.
Well, what are they so afraid of, Fred? What are they afraid of?
It's not a matter of afraid of. You have a history, and they're watching you because, yes, there's a concern that you can be a menace to either business, individuals. If you put posts up like that, and the bells start going, that makes you feel good.
Yeah, fantastic.
Well, again, I cannot be associated with behavior that absurd. It's simply can't, because you're dragging my company in. You got my name associated with you. When you do that, every single person who is associated with you is dragged through the mud with you, and you don't care.
I do.
No, you don't when you post, as you did, and bring somebody's name in there. And
well, I care,
want to do business.
but not that much.
Don't bullshit. So, no, don't get tricked. This is not. I don't chat with people, and this is chatting rather than being constructive. I don't do that. Especially, I mean, my fuse is pretty short because I'm still recovering from coming back from Australia. But for you, you can. You've shown you can. You have to keep consistent, and you have to find the funds by earning them one way or another to get what she needs. And you have to keep reassuring her that it'll be fine. And most women can handle, just give me 90 days. Don't ask for more than 90 days. Now, when you get close to 90 days, you ask for 90 days more. But don't ask for 6 months because they can't go that far.
She doesn't have the money to pay off the credit card. She's stressed out currently.
Why do you think you're different than most people?
Well, but Fred, tell her that. You should be her husband. You should be her husband. You'd be perfect with her. Go right ahead. I mean, how do I explain it any differently? I've told her it'll all work itself out. It always does. And then she always has something to...
No, you've got to say that you will take care of it. Now, she doesn't trust you to take care of it.
But she doesn't know how Yeah, precisely. You're right.
So you have to start following through, taking care of it.
How many miracles does a person need to see in order to believe? I mean, she keeps asking for more. I mean, she's seen all the evidence she needs to see that the law of attraction works and that money's a renewable resource in our lives together. She's never been without food or roof.
Then balance it out. Look, I'm going to work as hard as I have to make sure it happens. And at the same time, you have to not forget that when we've fallen short, it still works out. So know that I'm going to do continue doing everything I can to make this work based on my power to do that. But that both of us can't forget that there is a power that can fill in those gaps. I'm not going to assume, that's important, I'm not going to assume that that's going to be there. I'm going to work as if it's not. but I'm not going to live in fear, knowing that if I do everything I can, there's a higher power that will make this work for us. I just need you to believe and take care of the baby, take care of yourself. Those are the two things that are most important to me. And just tell her, Josefa, if you'll take care of you and the baby, and as much as you can, and you say, I will do everything and anything I can to take care of you guys and to take care of the rest. And where I fall short, I'm constantly learning, but where I fall short, we have to trust, as it has worked before, that there is a higher power taking care of us. But Josefa, know that I'm working as hard as I can and that I care more than you know about you and the baby. Making sure you're safe. That's what you have to say.
Okay. Well.
Now, as far as your, whatever you call it, license, if you were able to get down to the place where you get the license, is there any obstacle to you getting a license?
The only obstacle is I don't believe in a driver's license. I believe.
Oh, then I'm not going to talk anymore. I'm not going to talk anymore. You're not in a position for that. You got a baby. I understand the whole thing. I've been through the whole thing. I got a whole thing of all the from years ago.
She keeps telling me not to drive to Alec because we don't have the gas money.
You want to look over your shoulder the rest of your life. You want to have the phone. You want to, you want to be smart. Okay, go ahead, do that. Meanwhile, get a damn license and drive, and don't break the law. Prepare with you to leave the law. Society enforces the law, even if it's bad law.
Well, before I let you go, can you tell me where my level is at? My cells?
Actually, yours is about 41%, which is pretty surprising, but good.
And you said hers is?
She's between 1 and 2%. She's a 1%er.
Okay.
That means her life is hell. She doesn't even know why she's getting up in the morning.
All right, Fred. Thanks for all the help. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Please keep those posts up on Facebook.
Okay.
Okay, kid. Blessings to you both.
Yep. Bye.
Bye-bye.